Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe. We've got another trash bike rebuild. If you didn't see the previous videos, maybe go back and watch those. I'll drop a link down below. But I found a couple mountain bikes in the trash and we're cleaning them up, fixing them up, and we're gonna find new homes for them. Maybe not a new home for this one, not right away. This is, well, you know what? Let's get the camera off the tripod and take a closer look and tell you guys why I'm kind of excited about this bike. All right, like the Giant, this is also a 26-inch bike. It's about a 16-inch frame, probably a medium frame, I guess I would call it. I had to measure it myself. It's not marked or anything. But I've been wanting to do a retro mountain bike build as kind of a neighborhood cruiser, campground cruiser type bike. Nothing I'm actually going to take mountain biking, but just couldn't really justify putting the money into it. But this came complete. The only thing that I've done to it so far, besides pull it out of the trash, was I added a quick release skewer to the back. I had one, it was missing one. So I've added that. It is a Balance brand, Balance USA XR 150. But the things that got me excited when I was in the trash, or at the trash pile, at the corner of these people's driveway, was the sticker right here. Let's see, the monochrome or chromo tubing, so chromoly tubing, and the designed and built in the USA sticker. So I've found very little information about this bike online. I found another one for sale on Craigslist that, besides like somebody had put a cheesy suspension fork on the front, I believe that every single part on this bike is original, besides the salsa bull horns. Is that what I don't even remember. I had these on my mountain bikes when I was a teenager, but I don't remember. I think they're bull horns. But everything else, Balance bars. The tires were the same tires. The Rocky Wolf super aggressive like rear tire on the front too. A Shimano drivetrain, you know, Balance seat. It's got a Balance branded seat post in there. So it appears to be all original. It's not that heavy. It's a little bit too small for me. I'm about 5'10", so which makes me think this is probably about a medium bike. Of course, bikes were smaller and sized smaller back in the day. I believe this is a 1993 model, 3x7, and you know, it's got aluminum wheels. It has a HG driver, or at least I believe it's a HG driver. I actually haven't put my tool on it, but it's got the same like spline looking nut on it. So theoretically I could upgrade this to a 1x10 really easily. I think right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the super clean again like we did on the Giant, and we're just going to clean it. Obviously I need to pull this rear wheel and chain off. That's beyond just cleaning. I need to do some, I don't know, either some CLR or completely, probably just replace the chain. CLR on the cassette and re-oil that. Take the headset apart, maybe take the hubs apart and grease those. The cranks are free, or really free. The chain wasn't on it before and I could test it a lot easier. But I think we're gonna go clean it and then we're gonna fix it up, and we'll go from there. On this bike, I think I'm just going to use the Super Clean foam, because I want to be kind of careful with the paint because of how old it is, and the old muck off. All right, well, we're back in the garage with the old balance. I got it dried off, and I've only done a very, very few little things to it, and I've been riding it around the neighborhood. What have I done? Couple things. Well, I lubed the chain, obviously. That needed that really terribly bad. I pulled the tires and inner tubes off and lined the name up with the valve stem, because you have to do that. The tubes were a little cockeyed, so they needed straightened out. Anyway, broke the dork disc off it. Basically, I just had to look at it cross-eyed and it just fell off on its own. What else? I had a pair of grips, so I threw some grips on. These bars are the old school 25.4 millimeter, aka 1 inch diameter mount. So these are actually some like kids bars off of a kid's bike. I picked those up locally this week for $5 because they're a little bit wider. They've got a little bit of a rise on it. Still not big enough. I've got to do something with this stem bar arrangement. I got a couple, that'll be in another video. I'll keep all the original stuff. This is just a steel nickel plated quill stem, and you can't really tell on video, but a lot of the finish is starting to come off of it. I'll keep all the original stuff, but yeah. What else? So the hubs are Shimano hubs. I don't know what brand the wheels are. They seem to be, they're good wheels. This one has, I don't know if you guys be able to see, it's got a little bit of a, you can't really tell unless you're braking, and then you can really tell how out of whack it is. Definitely needs new brake pads. All the brake pads are like cracked in the middle, so I'll get some new brake pads. I'll take this wheel up and get the wheel trued, but I think actually I'm going to put a set of, I have a set of all brushed aluminum wheels from another project. Not a project for me, but something you guys will see eventually. I think I'm going to put full brushed wheels on it. I have a set of brushed bars. They're still not quite long enough. We'll put those on. I got a quill stem adapter. I don't know. I feel like the black, I feel like it's trying too hard. So I think maybe the brushed will look kind of cool. But even with this rusty chain, which actually cleaned up quite nicely, and I'm sure is stretched, I haven't had to adjust anything. The brakes still work, obviously not very well because the pads are kind of junk. It shifts through all the gears on the back perfectly fine. The shifters themselves could probably be taken apart and given a little WD-40 up there. But works all the way up and down. The front derailleur works. The first two cogs, it wants to get to the third one. I'm sure the cable has just stretched over time, but I've literally done no adjustments to the drivetrain on this, and it works. It works really, really well. I'll get some CLR to either clean up the cables and or replace the cables. One idea that I had was, so it's got all three of the cables running on top. Might be kind of cool if I did a 1x conversion. I'll just leave the rear the way it is. It works, it's fine. This is just going to be a cruiser. I don't need a huge gear ratio. But nice simplicity on the front. Let's see, let me walk around and look at the other side of this. I think that is all riveted together. So I would probably, these are just, let's see, Shimano Altus cranks. They're not like the best cranks ever, but they are original. I think probably what I would do is get another set of square taper cranks, convert those to a 1x so I could keep these original on the back burner. 1x conversion, and then this is pointless, but how cool would it be to utilize the cable routing on the top here, put an external dropper post on it. Might be kind of neat. Like I said, this is just kind of a neighborhood cruiser, campground cruiser bike. My daughter can fit on it, my wife can fit on it, having the adjustability of dropper post. Just a little external cable right here that loops up and goes on top there, utilizing what's already there. They're still way too expensive for what I want to spend on this bike, but maybe something to keep my eyes open for on the used market. These knobby tires, they're really soft rubber and they're really skinny, but this whole bike rides so smooth on the gravel and the asphalt. It's really actually amazing. But yeah, we're gonna change the wheels. I think those wheels already have some slightly less aggressive tires on them. We're gonna leave that the way it is. We're gonna do something with the handlebar situation. Oh, thank goodness saddle technology has come as far as it has in the last 31 years, because this is so uncomfortable. So I ordered a WTB seat to put on there, and yeah, this I'm looking forward to keep going on this kind of on the cheap. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're having fun with this bike. Not nearly as much fun as I'm having, but you're still having a good time. I think long term for this bike, we'll just keep kind of tinkering on it on the cheap, having fun with it. I don't think that I'll sell it, because probably what it's actually worth is not nearly as much as what it's worth to me, just kind of because it's cool and to have. I probably would consider trading it towards something else very, similar. So there's that in the future. And yeah, if you have any ideas, comments, questions, what I should do with this bike, hit me up down below or email me, hawkeyeskunkworks@gmail.com. So if you're new to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you would. I would appreciate that. Doing a lot of mountain bike stuff lately, and we've got a lot of 4x4 stuff still coming. So until the next video drops, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.